racing for you, isn't it? They cross the line this time. So 7 laps to go officially. Well done as they come now down towards 2A and 2B. Veda wants to go up the inside there again, but it's all starting to bunch up a little bit now, Peter. Everyone else is catching up. Team beyond half race distance now. And it's Christian Daniel just so late on the brakes, isn't he? Goodness me. And that is a bit of an example there. He's slightly running. Has actually set the fastest lap of the race. He's 16th for number 77, Venezuelan. Uriarte still in command, Peter. Where is Dunch the corner? But I don't think he sacrificed his drive too much there on this big hill climb up towards turn 3. 145.0. So is Brian Uriarte pulling the pin, or is he bunching it up to Danish? Danish still been pushed back a little bit, back to 8th position.
And I think he dragged Veda Pratama onto the green with him there at turn 1. But there's the chasing back.
Try and push Veda back as much as possible. What do you reckon?
Well, it's sensational, isn't it? You say Tines is the fast.
There then. He's now behind Ramadipa then in 7th as Morelli gets moved wide.
Including Benyat Fernandez, and they are closing in. They're visibly closer now. You don't need to see the this guy on the track. His best result this year is a couple of 12th places, you know, so
by Pratama.
Yeah, Pratama's, yeah, he's got his serious face on now, hasn't he? Too much about the timing screens, because you can see they are closing in.
And this is the danger, you know, Uriarte.
But he's quick. I mean, it shows how competitive Rookies Cup racing is and how close it is. It was something that, you know, he's not knocking around anymore. He knows that he's got to finish in front of Brian Uriarte.
Pratama, they do not want a big pack, because all that means is come the end of the race.
Danny Revolta, the rider coach, was pointing out to me, Peter, he said it is so close this year that if he's going to keep these cup hopes alive.
Well, could be leading over the line on the fight towards the final lap and then finish up maybe 8th or 9th or something.
Even the guys at the back of the field and the girl at the back of the field are still doing a fantastic job. Inside line.
Looking up the inside into turn 8. This is where we saw Benyat. They need every point that they can get. But the person who is in his best interest to bring the group all together, Hakim. Yeah, I don't think it's ever been closer, a more competitive Rookies Cup. And then it shows when they do go into Moto. Fernandez and Christian Daniel go down such an inviting corner. Such a weird Danish.
Yeah, and he at the moment is back in 8th place, but closing in.
How strong they are instantly. Maximo Quiles, another bit of an enigma, but we're line to go into it. It's cambered as well, isn't it? And very, very odd. Oh,
look at that. That's different. Yeah, and that group runs all the way down to what, sort of 16th? Oh no, down to 20th.
Pole positions, podiums in his very first year. Even when he started a couple of races late because he was too sick. Different line choices. And wow, Morelli had to check up there. He's lost a big place there to Mitani. That was a
position.
Goodness me, absolutely brilliant. And there we go, the first of the track limits. Young.
For too young, that's right. And it's great to see Max there, isn't it? And touch wood, you know, he has been that
bit of an error really from Morelli, just going that far inside. He really didn't anticipate the other warnings coming in for Guillaume Plonk already. You don't want that track limits warning already at this stage in the game.
That overly wild stuff bit that they showed a couple of times in Rookies Cup seems to...
It's just completely chopping the front end of his bike off.
No, that's right. And Gonzalez picked up the inside line.
Indeed, because one more time and you find yourself going through the long lap penalty.
Yeah, and there's Ben gone now, and he's on the edge. He pushes.
Character now, isn't he?
But he seems to know where on Pratama there as well to take 2nd place. Fernandez on the number 7. He certainly has the pace to drag this group. And there's who is that in the background? The limited.
Of course, he did literally crash out of 3rd position in the championships here last year and knocked himself out. Ended up in Gonzalez, just going a bit wide. And there, Pratama doesn't need a second invitation, does he?
And way off on the green that time. Right. So start and finish then.
In the medical centre, for goodness sake, like he was a wild child by the time he finished Rookies Cup.
Yeah.
Instant between Benyat and Christian to be reviewed after the race, so clear.
And there's somebody pulling off. That was Christian Daniel pulling his tape off the radiator as Brian Uriarte leads. That's right. He's a great kid now. He's a great racer.
Fastest lap of the race then. Carly, a bit of a collision going down on the gravel there.
Yeah, and I think it'll be interesting to see. It's over Veda Pratama. Up the inside is Morelli on Christian Daniel. He does it. Morelli takes
the Thompson, 144.8. They get quicker and quicker and quicker.
Now, I wonder whether Gonzalez, Fatima and Uriarte can break away here. These guys have got the pace. Third place.
It was 9/10 of a second with the chase. You're looking at Danish, who's now in 7th place still. He's got Mitani still ahead of.
They qualified 1, 2, 3, and Ibinisiv, Mitani, Morbidelli
group across the finish line that time around piece. They closed in by a 10th, but look at Brian out front. Vim, but looking a bit more strong. Sorry, he's in 6th place now. He's got Pugliese behind.
Coke can go with them.
Gonzalez hasn't actually been on the podium since. He's just thinking, no way, I'm absolutely going for it. Last time around, he set a 146.8.
So we're coming up to half distance here. Nobody has shown any kind of real advantage. Brian Uriarte.
Mugello race 1, where he was 2nd, but he was 4th last. But actually, the fastest rider on track, Peter, was Joel Pons, back in 19th place at 145.
He has been the most consistent front runner, but there's a few others had a go, and I would think the next man who is going to
come out in Austria.
And an aggressive, superb aggressive move from him then to pass Veda Pratama, and we can
9. So actually, there's a lot of pace in hand here for the riders, but do they want to burn up their tyres too quick?
Have a go is Marco Morelli. He pulls alongside. No, he's not going to do it here, but I can see that number 70, Christian Daniel, has got going again, right at the back of the field.
Here's what happened to him.
Well, Joel Pons, you know, he's had a lousy season and a half in Rookies Cup so far, but he was sick. I think that Marco could well have a look anytime soon.
And of course, with this being the final race, him and Benyat, we might see it just out of shot. Yes, wow, that was
in FP2. Made a complete mess of qualifying, didn't get a toe, but certainly he has pace round here.
It is of the season. If you do miss Rookies Cup uncontrollably, I know I will. You can bell on the way in. All riders conscious.
And he was determined, wasn't he? He said, you know, Christian's still holding the hand if his FP pace is anything to go by. So it would be great to see Pons
binge watch. Born Racers now on the Red Bull Motorsports YouTube channel. Just scan that QR code on your screens. It shows you all
handlebars. I'm not giving up, mate, just because I'm sliding off into the gravel trap.
He's actually been in Italy for over a week now.
Way up in this group.
Uriarte and Pratama, a bit like yesterday. Just behind the scenes of what it takes to be in Rookies Cup, from the guys at the front to the guys at the back. And that one was Christian Daniel racing in the Italian Championship. But it came away with a 3rd place, swapping places around various parts of the track. Then Morelli sitting tight. Was the 2023 season.
And you know, while I'm talking about internet and
one race crashed in another. So, well, could that be an omen for tomorrow?